George was a giant, the scruffiest giant in town. He always wore the same pair of old brown sandals and the same old patched up gown. Because of COVID-19, he had to wear the mask all the time as well. I wish I wasn't the scruffiest giant in town, he said sadly. But one day, George noticed a new shop. It was full of smart clothes. So he bought a smart shirt, a smart pair of trousers, a smart belt, a smart stripy tie, some smart socks with diamond opposites, and a pair of smart shiny shoes. Now I'm the smartest giant in town, he said proudly. George left his old clothes behind in the shop. He was about to go home when he heard a sound. On the pavement stood a giraffe who was sniffing sadly. What's the matter? It's my neck. It's so very long and so very cold. I wish I had a long warm scarf. Cheer up! George took off his stripy tie and said, It didn't match my socks anyway. Before giving away his tie, he sprayed it with sanitizer. As he wound it round and round the giraffe's neck, it made a wonderful scarf. Thank you. As George strolled towards home, he said to himself, My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. But look me up and down. I'm the smartest giant in town. George came to a river. On a boat stood a goat who was bleating loudly. What's the matter? It's my sail. It blew away in a storm. I wish I had a strong new sail for my boat. Cheer up! He took off his new white shirt. It kept coming untucked anyway. Before giving away his shirt, he sprayed it with sanitizer. As he tied to the mast of the goat's boat, it made a magnificent sail. Thank you! George strolled on, singing to himself. My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. But look me up and down. I'm the smartest giant in town. George came to a tiny round house. Beside the house stood a white mouse with lots of baby mice. They were all squeaking. However, George couldn't see their faces because of COVID-19. What's the matter? It's our house. It burned down, and now we have nowhere to live. I wish we had a nice new house. Cheer up! He took off one of his shiny shoes. It was giving me blisters anyway. Before giving away his shoe, he sprayed it with sanitizer. As the mouse and her baby scrambled inside, the shoe made a perfect home for them. Thank you. George had to hop along the road now, but he didn't mind. As he hopped, he said to himself, My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. My shoe is a house for a little white mouse. But look me up and down. I'm the smartest giant in town. George came to a campsite. Beside the tent stood a fox who was crying. What's the matter? It's my sleeping bag. I dropped it in a puddle. I wish I had a warm, dry sleeping bag. Cheer up! He took off one of his socks with diamonds opposites. It was tickling my socks anyway. Before giving away his sock, he sprayed it with sanitizer. As the box snuggled into it, it made a very fine sleeping bag. Thank you! George hoped on, singing to himself. My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. My shoe is a house for a little white mouse. One of my socks is a bed for a fox. But look me up and down. I'm the smartest giant in town. George came to a big square-shaped bog. Beside the house stood a dog who was howling. What's the matter? It's this bog. I need to get across, but I keep getting stuck in the mud. I wish there was a safe, dry path. Cheer up. He took off Smart's new belt. It was scratching my tummy anyway. Before giving away his belt, he sprayed it with sanitizer. As he laid it down over the bog, it made an excellent path. Thank you. The wind started to blow, but George didn't mind. He hopped on, singing to himself. My tie is a scarf for a cold draft. My shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. My shoe is a house for a little white mouse. One of my socks is a bag for a fox. My belt helped the dog who was crossing a bog. But my trousers are falling down. I'm the coldest giant in town. Suddenly, George felt sad and shivery and not at all smart. He stood on one foot and thought, I'll have to go back to the shop and buy some more clothes. He turned around and hopped all the way back to the shop. But when he got there, it was closed. Oh no! He sank down onto the doorstep and a tear ran down his nose. He felt as sad as all the animals he had met on his way home. Then, all over the corner of his eye, he saw a bag with something familiar poking out of the top. George took a closer look. My gown! My dear gown and sandals! George put them on. They felt wonderfully comfortable. I'm the coziest giant in town. He danced back home along the road. Outside his front door stood all the animals he had helped. They were carrying an enormous present. Come on, George, they said. Open it. George untied the ribbon. Inside was a beautiful gold paper crown and a card. Look inside the card, George. George put the crown on his head and opened the card. Inside it said, Your tie is a scarf for a cold draft. Your shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. Your shoe is a house for a little white mouse. One of your socks is a bag for a fox. Your belt helped the dog who was crossing a bog. So here is a very fine crown to go with the sandals and gown of the kindest giant in town.